Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, bro.
All right. right, good morning to you all. Let me drink some water. All right. Uh, the market has been it has been difficult for me to get an opportunity. Even GBP USD that I was thinking it's going to set up for me have an to have an entry, but nothing better is coming out from this way. He just decided to move like anyhow. So I tried something else as in the dynamic this thing, but I've been stopped out. I've been stopped out. This was just my this thing. I tested it out on my personal account, my small account. So let's see. Let's check the economic data for today. So today is Wednesday. So during the lending session, we are not having any high impact news for the during the lending session. So the only news today is ADP. So that's ADP simply means a job added or job lost in the what do you call it? Yeah, the job lost or the job added. So it's simply unemployment data. Around 12:15, that's when the ADP is going to be released. It's a high impact news, so if you are trading during that time, you need to be very careful. But the lending session is clean. The lending session is clean. You don't have any high impact news during the lending session. Yeah. So before before the this thing during the pre what do you call it? During the pre-lending session, I wanted to take a buy over here before this candle closed. By the way, the candle closed. It closed very fast to this side. Yes, so I wanted to take a buy when this candle formed bullish, but all of a sudden it closed bearish, a very steep bearish candle. And I added when it was pulling back. So one thing about the dynamic way of entering is when the market is pulling back, if you know it hasn't got into the take profit. So before you add positions, you need to first of all know you need to first of all know the you need to first of all know you need to first of all know the distance, your take profit. So if you know your take profit hasn't got into that side and the market is pulling back, and if you miss the trade, if you miss the entry where you were supposed to enter, you miss it. If the market starts pulling back, heading towards where you decided or where you intended to enter the market, then you add position. You get it. So that's how usually the dynamic Forex is. So you have to first of all know the take profit. So when this one, for instance, is almost close to the take profit, the one thing you have to bear in mind is not take profit is not going to what's going on. The market is not going to get to the take profit every day. So sometimes it will be left to like 3 pips before take profit will be sometimes it will be left like 2 pips before the take profit will be left. It's a risky way of what entering the market. So this one, what we are going to be doing is we are going to wait for the pullback. You get it? We are going to wait for the pullback to this side. We are going to wait for the pullback to this side. Then maybe you try to, because when you check the daily time frame, the daily time frame is still having more room to for price to fill. Okay, aside the wick fill, you are still having more room for price to the candle to fill that zone. Okay, so even the dynamic rates, the entry type that I use, have been stopped out. I broke even early because I know before pre-lending, when you enter that time, most of the time when you enter before 6 o'clock, when 6 o'clock is about to when the 6 o'clock candle is about to open, you see you'll be experiencing a pullback. So the same thing happened over here the other time. This was it, yeah. This entry, yeah, this entry. So it pulled back before it even got to when it was 6 o'clock. It pulled back. So you need to be very careful when you enter the market around 5 a.m., 5:30 p.m., 5:30 a.m. Mostly you experience some pullback before it will start. The main move will start. So that's how it goes. So we are waiting for the retest. We are waiting for the candle to retest over here. Then you take a buy. You get it? But looking at the pairs, I'm not seeing a pair that even thinking GBP is going to retest on this level. Then we take a sell. But I think that one too even moved very fast and it didn't form like what I'm expecting. It didn't form like what I'm expecting. So GBP I don't know. Yesterday I even plotted out what you have to be expecting. It's played out perfectly around this side. GBP CHF played out perfectly. The daily time frame. I even plotted everything out, but I think during that time my network wasn't good, so most people didn't hear me. The H42 was bullish trend. H1 made a pullback. You get it? And the M30 gave us the entry. So the moment the bearish candle form, this is going to be the entry level. Yeah, this is the target. Exactly that side. So even this is going to be the target. The target was around this. Exactly. Get it. So let's break down everything again. Let's break down everything again. I'm very well this week. I've not gotten any better trade to even execute. Like it has been tough. So starting from the monthly time frame, the trend on the monthly time frame is an uptrend. So we have our resistance. We are having our resistance over there. We have our supports over there. Okay. We have a support over here. So one thing is if you are starting out, you need to unlearn everything and relearn again. Okay, that's the best way you can understand. But if you come in with the same mindset as in the same strategy you used to be trading, it's going to be very tough for you to understand. So you need to relearn everything and what you need to relearn and what sorry you need to unlearn the old things that you know and relearn the new things. That's the best way you'll be able to understand it. But if you are still having those system or those ways of trading, it's going to be very tough for you to get your hairs cleared. So on the weekly time frame, we have this key level. Okay, you have key level over here. So when you move to the daily time frame, so on the daily time frame, currently the trend has changed. So we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay. You get this one was kind of, but it has broken it. But the break wasn't clear. You get it. The break wasn't clear, but it has been broken. Okay. The higher high was broken. So now the daily has turned to what, a downtrend. The daily has turned to a downtrend. H42. So the daily time frame, this is where we had a pullback. This is where we had a pullback. You get it. So this we are having a zone. So one thing I was saying is what, we are having this wick. We have a wick over here for price. This is the trend. So on the H4, when this candle created, I was very happy when I saw the 10 o'clock candle, 10 o'clock p.m. candle closing like this. I was very, very happy because I knew during the Asian session, maybe you will be seeing a range, and what and then the learning session will break fast with the movement. I don't know why. It was very, very fast. So I was thinking maybe this one was going to create, it was going to give us what, I was thinking it's going to give us a bullish candle. Okay, something like this. I was thinking it's going to give us something like this. Then the next candle is what, open close. So the next candle is going to be, so the bearish move will continue like this. This is what I was expecting it to happen. But this one closed very fast to this side. The closure was very fast. It was very quick. That's what I was expecting it to happen. Unfortunately, it closed very fast. I don't know. Most of the time with GBP USD during the pre-lending session, you have a lot of volume within that period. So it didn't form like as what I was expecting. So this is the next, this thing, the target level. Okay, if price is coming to this side, this is the target level, but it has almost gotten to that level. Price has almost gotten to that level. So this was the support level. This was the support level. So currently, maybe if you see a pullback, if you see something like this, if this bullish candle get to this side, if this candle get to this side, and the next candle maybe creates a support, okay, and the next candle creates a support, so that's what I'll be expecting it to happen. Then I'll take a sell to this side. Any better entry on any of those pairs? So that's what I'm expecting on. That's what I'm expecting on G. But currently, it is making some pullback, and the take profit at the H4 time frame is has almost got to that level. It has almost gotten to that level. But you let's see what will happen if you move to the daily time frame. So the daily time frame needs to do some pullback. It needs to do some pullback to this side before it will get to this side. That's what I'm expecting. But I see the day is still young. You can still get an opportunity. So let's see how it's going to. So let's move to GJ. So GJ, with GJ, if you move to the monthly time frame, currently this is the level that price might what rate test on, and you have a clean zone to this side too. You have a clean zone to this side, so maybe you might be seeing a pullback. But this one, unless the H4 candle close, because we are having what a zone over here, we are having what a zone 2 over here, we are having another zone over here. So unless maybe the H4 candle close, so because this zone is very strong, okay, this zone is very strong. So unless you allow the H4 candle to close, if you are basing on the smaller time frame, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. So let's try and what break down everything afresh. So when you move to the monthly time frame, let's plot out the various levels that price is what it's possible to what rate test on. So currently we're having a support over here. So on the wow, what am I seeing on the weekly time frame? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing on the weekly time frame? So on the weekly time frame looks very clean. Uh, but the take profit is going to be very small. So you see, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So price what retracement on a 100% pullback, and it has created a support. The moment this kind of close bearish, it has created a support. So we are having a support. But one thing is, if not, because if you are placing your stop loss, you need to place it what I usually prefer using the H4 candle. Sorry, I normally prefer loss. I think it should be here. Comparing it very small. So that means the way I'm seeing things, GJ still has some bearish potential. You get it according to the weekly time frame. But on the daily time frame, we're having a support over here. So on the daily time frame, we had a support over here. So the daily trend is what? The daily trend with the daily trend, it's kind of because this one is not clear. If you use the line chart, you are going to see the various key levels. If you are going to use the line chart, you are going to see the various key levels. So you can see the pullback over here. So now it was doing more of higher higher low, higher high. You get it? The moment this one pullback, it is now retesting the weekly where we had the weekly zone over there. So it's currently what retesting on those zone, but it's not clear. You get it? It's not clear. The trend is not clear because the way this candle closed, it wasn't clear for you to decide. It closed with what a small bearish candle, so it wasn't clear for you to decide. So when you move to the H4 time frame, currently the H4 time frame is what the H4 time frame is a downtrend. We are having what, a support over here. You get it, you're having a support over here. So since the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, if not the way the candle closed with a very big, a very long wick, I would have taken a sell over here. When the break of this one, I would have taken a sell around this side at the break of this one. That's the point I would have taken a sell. So that one is going to be the break of this one. You get it? It's going to be the break of this one. But where you'll be placing your stop loss is going to be very difficult. So let's see how the lending session is going to be. So that means if you are taking an entry, then you have to take it at the break when you have to take it at the break of what, the previous daily candle tip, because of how the weekly candle was what, because the weekly is giving what, an entry and a setup, but the reason is what, the weekly is giving us an entry and at the same time setup. So we had, it was previously, lower high. You get it? It now formed what, the bearish candle. It has now formed the bearish candle. Okay. So what are you expecting? You are expecting what? The next candle to what? Move to the next level. Okay, so the same thing that is happening over here. Is the same thing happening over here. But in this case, the stop loss, where you are going to place your stop loss, is going to be wide in case maybe you are basing on the weekly time frame for your decision. Where you are going to where you are going to be placing your stop loss is going to be it's going to be wide. You get it? Your stop loss is going to be wide. The stop loss will be wide. You have 60 pips. This is going okay because the weekly has already it has already given us the entry and what, it has given us the entry, but the reason we are avoiding it. So I want to see when the daily candle break this one. When the daily candle break its own high, I might I might take an entry. So that all is going to depend on what, how the H4 or how the lending session is going to form. You get it? How the lending is going to form, because I see a potential in this move. So target will be the target is going to be like this line. So your stop loss might, based on what, how the weekly is formed. So the stop loss is going to be here 36. So the risk to reward is still what? So what, negative risk to reward. The entry is going to be at this side. The risk to reward is now. You let's see how whether the learning session is going to give us the opportunity you're talking about. Let's see. Or let's maybe you use the H4. Okay. Because if the H4 candle, but when it happens, when it breaks the previous candle, that means what? The H4 is not going to close. And when the H4 hasn't closed, because you're having what? a zone, you're having a key level over here, you have a key level over here, you have a key level over here. Okay. So the only way you can use the H4 for your stop loss is when the H4 candle has closed above. Okay. But when the H4 is ongoing, using the H4 as your stop loss is not okay. So unless the H4 candle breaks and close above this one, unless the H4 candle break and close above this one. Okay. So that's what I'm expecting on GG. But let's see how the lending volume is going to what's happen. So around 7 a.m. GMT, we are going to see volume in what? We are going to see volume coming into the market because of what? The lending session open. That's what we are going to be seeing. So that's it for GG. That's it for GG. So I'm waiting for the break. I'm waiting for the break of the previous candle dip. Okay. When the dip of this one breaks, I might take a sell based on the weekly, because the weekly is giving us a good setup and entry. You get it, a good setup and entry, but the stop loss is a problem. So the break of the daily candle is going to confirm the sell. Okay, because you see we have in a zone, we have a clean zone, we have a clean zone. Okay, a clean zone, a clean zone. Okay, so this area is a range. This area is what? A clean range. You get it? This area is a clean range. So let's check out Euro USD. So Euro USD on let me check it on the monthly time frame. Euro USD on the monthly time frame, we had a support over here. We had a support over here. The weekly time frame. The price is currently on what? On a zone. So we had another support over here. We had another support over here. So price is currently in a zone. Okay, price is currently in a zone. So what I'm expecting is, so it's going to be very tough for price to break this strong zone. Okay, it's going to be very tough for price to break this zone. So the daily time frame is like what? A downtrend. The daily time frame, we had higher high, low, higher high, made some pullback, higher high. You get it. Structure on Euro USD is a downtrend, but it has retested on what? A strong level. It has retested on a strong level. So what is going to happen when it happens like that? When it happens like, what is going to happen is what? We are going to be experiencing a range. If you are seeing more of what? If you are seeing more of a consolidating or a range, more of a range of consolidation areas, what you are going to be experiencing is what? The price is going to be ranging around that area before it will take off, because this one is very strong. We had support, 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 support. You get it? So this is a very, and the support is not just a normal support. It's what? A daily. The support is what? A weekly, the monthly zone. You get it? The weekly and the monthly zone. So it's a very strong area that is going to be very difficult for price to break through at this level. So mostly when it happens, you are going to be experiencing and see what's going to happen. So it has even started. The range has even started. So it's going to be very tough. Unless, so last time, as I explained, the only way price is going to break a range is what? A strong level of price is going to break a strong area of interest is when you are having volume in the market, or when maybe there was high impact news. Okay, or when maybe a section is closed or a section is open. That's when you are going to experience So today we are having ADP. Okay, at around 12:15, you are going to be having ADP during that time. So maybe ADP is going to what? Because we need to see volume. ADP mostly it brings in volume. So the only way it's going to break those zones is what? During the ADP. During ADP, we are going to see breakouts from the zones. So that's what I'm expecting it to happen. But currently, there's no trade on what? Euro USD. It's currently ranging. Check GBP USD and see what's going on. So the pullback has started. The pullback has started. The pullback has started. So let's see if we are going to see. Let's see if you are going to see some support to be created on this level. But the take profits has already it has already got it's already got to the take profit. It's already got to the take profit. So some weeks are going to be tough. So I think this week this trade that we missed is the trade for us. But let's see since so aside the ADP, we don't have any high impact news again, right? So the only we have a medium impact news which was crude oil inventories. So that one, so I'm not sure it's going to be impactful like that. So around 12:15, we're having ADP news. So let's see during the ADP news what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. So currently GBP card 2 is pulling back. So it would have been best if GBP card is going to if it breaks below this one, I think a sell won't be bad. A sell won't be bad on GBP card. So GBP CHF, let's talk about gold and see. So when you move to the monthly time frame on gold, it's already in what in highs. Gold is already high because when you move to the monthly time frame, there was no data for you to what use it for your analysis. When you look left, nothing is there. Okay, when you look left, no data. You are not going to get any data because this is where gold started around 1959. Okay, so around 1959, this is where gold started. This is where the price started. So we are not having any. So currently, gold has gotten to the highest level. Okay, gold according from the market structure that we are seeing, gold is in what in all-time high. It has gotten to the highest level. It has gotten to the highest level. So there was no price action or there was no data for you to use it for your analysis. So when you move to the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, the same thing. We don't have any price action or data to use it for your analysis. We don't have any data to use it for analysis. But currently, we are having a support level over here. There was a support level around this side. So on the daily time frame, so the daily time frame is what a downtrend on gold. So you see, it has retested exactly on the pullback. So as I said, if the market is pulling back, it's either going to pull back on what 50% retracement level or what 100% retracement level. So this is the key level. So it's so that's the current level for gold. So we had a support over here. There was a support over here. We have a support over there. Okay, on the daily time frame. So let's move to the H4 time frame. So the H4 time frame is kind of an uptrend because this level has been broken. It was previously what a downtrend. It was previously a downtrend, and now it's pulled back to this side. Currently, what's moving to this? One thing is what the daily is a downtrend. It's what an uptrend. So when it happens like that, when I'm seeing inconsistency among the what various time frame trend or various time frame structures, I don't usually involve myself in. I want all the time frames to be in the same direction. Like what happened on GBP CHF yesterday. That's what I mostly love to see. But currently, if you are basing on what the H4, if you are basing on H4 for your analysis, what's going to happen is what we are going to see what a pullback. But when it comes to the pullback, as I said, it can be in the middle of the range. But the best way for price to pull back is to pull back to this level, then take off to this side. You get it? Pull back to that level and take off to those level. So that's the best level that price is supposed to retest on. So this level, okay. So when you move to the H1 time frame, H1 time frame is currently what trending. So since you are having or since you are seeing inconsistency among the various, what I'm going to do is what I will let it go. I'll make sure I'm going to wait for it to settle down, everything to what align. Then I'll make a decision. That's what mostly I do. So it's kind of difficult this morning. It's kind of difficult this one, but let's see what the lending session is going to. So with this trade that I took, it has stopped me out. I knew during that time you don't have volume, so mostly you are going to see some pullbacks. So this one I entered when it was pulling back. I was trying to test out the dynamics rigs, and with time I will be applying it. So in case maybe you miss a trade, or in case maybe the trade moves before you, okay. So maybe you plan of this is what I was talking about. But before you be doing that, you need to make sure price hasn't got into your take profit level. You get it? You need to make sure price hasn't got into your take profit level. So this is what I was talking about. Maybe you intended to take, this is what I was expecting on as this one, as it created what a support, as it created the bearish candle. I was expecting a bullish candle to what to form like this. I was expecting the bullish candle to form like this. Okay. So if you intended to sell around the side, and price has already taken off. Okay. If price has maybe if price has, so if price take off, what you can do is what you need to relax, wait for. By all means, you are going to see if it happens on the H4 time frame, you are going to see a pullback at the lower time frame. So if it starts pulling back, okay, if it starts pulling back to the level, so this is your what previously, this is the price you intended to what, this is the price you intended to sell on. This is the price you intended to what sell on. So if you see a pullback at the lower time frame, price pulling back, the moment it pulls back to this level, that level, you what you if you start retracing to if okay, but if price is pulling back, you know this is an aggressive entry because you are not Hello? 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 All right. Okay, I think now you can hear me. I'm very sorry about that. Is it clear now on YouTube? Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. If you're on YouTube and you can hear me now, let me know. If you can hear me now. So like I don't know why some people don't even comment, don't do anything. Like if you come to the YouTube, if you come to the stream and you see if you come to the stream and you see something which is not going on, you need to address it. It was only this guy Vintage who addressed that. Is it clear now? Can you hear me now? On YouTube, can you hear me? All right. Yeah, so as I was saying, that's what I'm expecting. So after getting the strategy, you need to risk. Okay. If you don't risk big, there's no way you are going to get to where you want to get in life. So but you need to first of all understand whatever you are doing before you risk. Because no risk, no reward. You get it? No risk, no reward. So this one not, if not the take profit has already gotten to that side, I would have entered around the side. I would have added a position and entered around. I would have added a position around the side and enter a sell. But the take profit has already gotten, it's almost close to that side. Okay, so if you are adding a position, it's kind of very risky. The take profit has already, it's almost there. Okay, price has almost gotten to the take profit level. So if you're adding a position, it's kind of very risky. It's kind of very risky if you're adding a position because the take profit is almost close to that level. So it's not advisable to be adding positions. So when you move to the 15-minute time frame, so the 15 minutes it's creating the support. Okay, it's creating the support. But one thing is you can't rely on the 15-minute time frame. The take profit price almost got to the take profit. Price almost got to the target. So if you're adding a position, it's kind of risky. You get it? It's kind of risky because now price can easily break here because it has already got into. So the dynamic risk that I'm talking about, or adding position when price is pulling back, is when price hasn't got into the take profit yet. Okay, if price hasn't got into the take profit yet or the target yet, but at this instant or at this moment, price almost got to that level before getting to pulling back. So I'm not going to add position. I'm not going to add any position. If if the take profit is big, okay. If the take profit is big, I would have added a position. If the take profit is big, I would have added a position. But at this instant, the take profit is it has almost got into the take profit. You get it? It has almost got into the take profit. This week I've not gotten any better setup, so I'm very wild. I need to let me check USD. So yesterday USD CHF. So the reason why I didn't enter USD CHF, GBP CHF is because I've not traded. Mostly the currency pairs that I've not traded it for long. I'm not very confident in it. So even though my analysis, everything aligns, but one thing is what I'll be observing it for some time before I would enter the trade. So when you take GBP USD for instance, yesterday what I saw was it was almost exactly it was exactly how I usually analyze the market. So when you move to the weekly time frame, we're having what a support over here. We are having a support over here. So when you move to the daily time frame, so on the weekly time frame, we had a support over here. We had a support over here. You get it? We had a support over here. So on the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, we saw like there was what high low. So an uptrend, okay, an uptrend. So the moment this candle closed, it turned into what the pullback was around this side. You get it? So it's retested on the level exactly. It's retested on the level. So this is the daily time frame. You get it? So as this candle, so this is the candle that shifted the structure to what? This is the candle that shifted the structure to a downtrend. Okay, so this is the pullback. So it is pulling back on a strong level, or so as I've been seeing, when the market is pulling back, it's going to pull back on a strong level, or so as I've been seeing, when the market is pulling back, it's going to pull back on the previous support level. If it is a downtrend, it's going to pull back on the previous what resistance level. So this one was initially was an uptrend. Okay, so if this candle broke this one, what are you expecting? You're expecting it what it now turns to a resistance. So this is the key level. And when you move to the H4 time frame, on the H4 time frame, we had on the H4 time frame yesterday, I even plotted it out that I'll be looking for a sell when the candle, because you're having the daily, even though before this candle closed or above this below this one, the structure was still what a downtrend. But the reason why it's not advisable to be taking a sell if this candle hasn't closed is because what we are having a support level, which is what the daily time frame. So this is the key level. So when the market is closing, you need to wait for this candle to close to confirm. Okay, so when you are trying to make a decision, it's when candle has broken and closed. That's the best way. So the candle closed below this one. You get it? It broke below this one. So we had a support over here. You get it? So this was the target. So you see the candle the candle broke this one. So now confirm that the tradable zone is going to get filled. Okay, the tradable zone is going to get filled. So you can enter it over here. So one thing that I've noticed is what when it comes to stop loss area, you need to make sure you are using the H4 candle like as a confirmation, because that's the best way for you to avoid losses. We are all trying to avoid, when you come to the market, the best what you are trying to do is what trying to avoid losses. Okay, we are protecting our capital. We are protecting our capital. So now what you can be doing is what the break the break of this one by your stop loss. The best way to place your stop loss is what, even though we're having a strong level over here, which is what H4 support resistance level, but you need to what you need to place your stop loss below the previous candle tip. That's the when is going that's what is going to determine whether price has what shifted structure or price hasn't shifted structure. Okay, so the next level is what wait for price to break above this one. Okay, so if you're placing a stop loss over here, the reason is going to be, even though we have a support over here, but price is going to pull back. Most of the time, price is going to pull back. The only way price is going to invalidate the structure is what? When it has broken above the previous candle tip and dip. That's what we call what? Candle structure. So if you go through the course, I talked about candle structure. I said if the candle breaks the previous candle tip and dip, it means what? Candle structure has been invalidated. So on the H1 time frame, this is the point you can enter the trade. So assuming if you miss the trade over here, your second entry is going to be around the side. Is the network still disturbing? Those on YouTube, is the network still disturbing? So if you want to enter, the second entry is going to be, you see the H4 time frame. This is the H4 time frame, or H1 time frame. So when it breaks this one, you get it. When it breaks this one, so the moment the candle this moves, okay, the moment this candle, you see this candle was the one that broke this one, a downtrend. So this is a nice entry. Okay, so when I see something like this, these are the kind of entries that when I see, I'm going to risk, like I'm going to risk big on it. I don't care if that account is blown. I'm very serious this time. I'm not going to the risk. If I get a nice entry, I'm going to risk very big. You get it? I'm not advising you to be doing that, because if you don't know what you are doing and you are risking big, you are going to what? Go back to your village. If you are in Accra, you'll be going back to your village. You are going to blow your distance, your rent. So if it pulls back, if it pulls back, okay, if it pulls back to this side, this is the point I'm expecting. 30-minute candle close. So you see, if you come to the 30-minute candle, the moment you see the bearish candle, it's a confirmation that what the trend is about what the trend is about what continue. So the second entry is going to be when the candle over here closed. So it was the same thing that happened on GBP USD the other time. So this was the entry there. I think the entry that you entered on GBP USD that you've not gotten any trade again on GBP USD, it was on the 30 minutes. So let me search it and show it to you people. So I like a reference, okay, because it gives you the confidence that the same thing is happening in the market. So the market is all about pattern repetitions. It repeats itself day in and day out. So yeah, this entry, you get it. So this one, so when you come to the H4 time frame, if you come to the H1 time frame, so when it comes to the H1 time frame, we had a consolidation, price consolidated around here, so confirmed it's what an uptrend. It's retested on this key level. Okay, so the point you are going to get an entry is when the 30-minute candle has what, so it created a support over here, so it's retested on this key level. So if you want to get an entry, the moment the 30-minute candle broke above this one, you get it, the moment the 30-minute candle broke above this one, we got an entry over here. So if you miss this one, you could have even gotten it around this point. The moment this one, when the tip of this one get broken, you enter out a buy. So it's the same thing that happened on GBP CHF yesterday. It was very clear entry, and that time too, it was approaching ISM, the fundamentals. Okay, the ISM news. It happened around 1:30, and the news too will be happening around 2 o'clock. So it was kind of close. So this is the candle. It's happened around 1:30. You get it. So it was a nice entry. It was a nice entry too. to take advantage of. So that's what happened during yesterday around the New York session, the New York Stock Exchange session. But since that time, I've not seen any opportunity. So one thing about that thing is, if you get an opportunity and you don't take it, it's going to be very hard for you to get another one. Even within that week, you get it, especially if you are trading the higher time frame. So you need to be always available to be taking trades. You need to be always available to be taking trades. So I think you are going to get. So today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday. Let me check the fundamentals and see tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to be having CPI for CHF, and we're having unemployment claim ISM. So tomorrow too is going to be a high impact news. I'm hoping maybe I'll get something better before the week ends. I need to get something to trade before the weekend. So like I'm not going to pressure it. Okay, if it happens, fine. But I'm still looking for an opportunity. I'm still hunting for an opportunity. So on GBP to this side. So if the H1 candle, let's see whether the H1 candle is going to give us. So the H1 candle is kind of what an uptrend for now. The structure wasn't clear. So I was expecting the H4 candle to come and retest on this one. You get, when this one was forming, I was thinking maybe we are going to get a retest on this one, then we take a sell, because this is a strong zone, this is a weekly zone. Okay, when you move to the H42, we are having a zone, the same thing. It's got to the same key level. Okay, so that's what I was expecting it to get to this side, then I would take a sell, but that one today didn't happen. So we are still hunting. So trading is all about hunting. We hunt for opportunities. Okay, we hunt for opportunities. So Euro USD too. So as I said, Euro USD is in what? Is in a range. No opportunity to what? There's no opportunity available on Euro USD currently. You check the M30. So if you check the H4, one thing about Euro USD is what? You need to get a big move because it doesn't trend like that. So if you're having a small range, then the probability or the chances for price hitting your stop loss is very high. So you need to make sure you are getting a bigger range for you to trade in. You need to get a bigger range for you to trade in. So lending session, the lending session has opened. So it's open around 7 a.m. GMT. That's when it's open. So there's no opportunity for now. If you are taking a sell on Euro USD, so this is the key level. This is the key level. The price is retesting on the key level. Let's check the H4. So H4 has already got into the target before, so I don't think it's worth it to use the dynamic risk because it's go to the take profit. Okay, so if you are using the H1, so H1 is what? A downtrend. M30 is a downtrend. 11 pips, 5 pips. Because the H4 got to the target before. So if not, the H4 has gotten to the target before, I think the sell would have been nice. But one thing is what? The H4 has gotten to the H4 trend, the candle has gotten to the target before, so it's not worth it to take a sell. Even though it has created a support, created a support, 10 pips, 5 pips. So since the H4 has gotten to the target before, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. So let me check GBP USD. So the GBP USD has broken the zone. So the next level that price is going to retest what? It's going to come to this level. Price is going to come to this level. So still no opportunity. So this one I was stopped out a long time. I was stopped out. I broke even very fast when it moved to this side. So I was stopped out at break even. So when price retested on this one, when it came back to the previous level, I used the dynamic risk to enter, but I was expecting price to get to this side, but price has what decided to move back. So seeing GBP USD and Euro USD move together, and now Euro USD GBP USD is moving down. I'm expecting GBP Euro USD to be doing same as moving back. I'm expecting it to be doing the same thing. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. So it's all about waiting for the rise, but I don't know when price is going to what give you that opportunity. That's the problem about trading. So one thing is what you need to be available every day. Sometimes you can go the whole week. For me, for instance, sometimes I can go the whole week not getting trade, and you see Friday there will be a setup, an opportunity will happen for you to trade. So that's what I'm expecting. So sometimes too, what will happen is what during the ADP, so the ADP news, what they are expecting is so they are expecting so that means last month, the previous month, more jobs were added to what the US economy. So you have more jobs. So 124 as compared to the previous month. So that means if you have more, if the numbers are good, 124, what is going to happen to the US? The dollar. What's going to happen to the dollar is what the dollar is going to gain strength. If this is correct, the dollar is going to gain strength. So any pair that you are going to pair it with the dollar, you need to see what. So that means if the data is correct, I'm expecting what Euro USD to sell. I'm expecting GBP USD to sell because the dollar is going to gain strength. Supposing maybe if the numbers that came out is correct, this is not the actual numbers. Okay, this numbers that you are seeing over there is not the actual numbers. So you have to take note of that. It's not the actual numbers. The actual numbers is what is going to be released. So by most of the time, this is the data that the analysts are having. Okay, this is the data that they are having. So in case maybe it happens to be good, it happens to be correct, what you are going to expect is what we are going to be expecting what more what the dollar gaining strength. We are going to see strength in what the dollar. That's what mostly is going to happen. But let's see, around 12:50, it's around the corner. 12:15 will happen very soon. It's around the corner. We need to see what a very short the dollar gaining strength. So any pair that you are going to pair it with the dollar, you're going to what see a bearish move. So this is how it happens. So those who don't understand how to read the fundamentals. So this is the maybe if you're having Euro USD, okay, if you're having Euro USD, so the base currency and this is the quote currency. So this candles that this candle movement that you are seeing over here is what the candle usually the base currency is the reference element. Okay, the base currency is the reference element. So if I'm if you are reading something or if someone tells you maybe you are the person is expecting what bullish candles. You get it? The person wants to be seeing more of bullish candles. Are represented as what the green candles. So the person is expecting to be seeing more of what the green candles. So if the person says maybe he's expecting the strength in the dollar, because the base currency, most of the times the euro or maybe the first currency is the reference element. So if I was expecting weakness in the dollar, the dollar to gain strength, that means what the base currency is going to be weak. So that's why I'm going to be expecting what bearish movements or bearish candles. Okay. So the reason why I'm going basic is because most people are beginners. So that's how you can be reading it. That's how you can be reading it. So as I said, because GBP USD is moving up, because it is moving up, I'm expecting Euro USD to be doing the same thing. So exactly what I said, it is doing the same thing. So it's always good to do correlation. It's always good to do correlation. So I'm expecting a ranging market because of what the upcoming news. I'm expecting the ranging market, and this one as it is pulling, it is going to pull back to the side. When it pulls back to this side, then maybe before the news, we might even be looking for an opportunity. So when you move to the H1 time frame, the H1 time frame is not looking good. It's looking like a bearish. Sorry, yeah, it's a bearish trend. Okay, if this candle now it's still what? It's still an uptrend. You get it? So unless this candle has broken and closed above here before it will tend to what? Before it will tend to a bearish candle. But since the candle is still moving on, if the candle is still moving on, you can't conclude it's what? We can't conclude it's what? A bearish trend. Currently price is what? Currently the structure is what? A downtrend. Okay, since price hasn't closed yet, it's still a downtrend. So I'm waiting or I'm expecting price to, if price break and close above this one, then you'll be what? Expecting a bearish movement. So currently it's making a pullback. It's making a pullback. So understanding how to read the market, okay, understanding how to read the market is kind of, it's an important thing that you need to master. It's an important thing that you need to master before you proceed on. You get it? It's an important thing for you to master before you proceed to anything. So it's all about understanding the trend and understanding what. So the market is in three phases. It's in three phases. So it's either going to trend up. You get it? It's either going to trend up. We call it what? An up trend. Okay, so trend is when the market is in what? It's in the same direction. Okay, when you talk about trend is when the market is what, an up direction, and a downtrend simply means what, the market is in what, a down direction. You get it? This is a downward direction. You get it? A downward direction. And sometimes you'll be getting what, a consolidation or ranging. So ranging is when the market is in what, equal highs and equal lows. So this is the basic thing that you need to understand for you to be able to read the market. This is the basic thing that you need to master for you to be able to read the market. So if it is in a downtrend, you are seeing what, equal, you are seeing. So when I talk about high, that means what, a continuation of what, bullish candle. So the bullish candle can be anyhow. So with the bullish candle, the only way you are going to differentiate the bullish candle from the bearish candle is what, when the opening is what, when the opening of the candle is below the close of the candle. So bullish trend is going to form like this. You have something like this. So this is a bullish candle. You get it? So opening, close, opening. This is the opening. So you have opening, close, opening, close. So this is how the candles are being formed. So when I say uptrend, if you see a continuation of what, a bullish candle, okay. If you see a continuation of a bullish candle, that means what? That continuation is what? Higher high. Okay. So when it is an uptrend, this is what? Higher high. So when I say, if you hear me saying higher high, it means what? A continuation of a bullish candle. So if you see a correction, so a correction is what? When the market is trending up and you are what? There was some bearish candles inside. So the bearish candle is going to what, start from here. This is where the bearish candle is going to start from. Okay, so this is lower low. So the retracement can be one or two candles, or one or more candles. Okay, so opening, close, here is where the next candle is going to start. So when the market is trending up, this is what you're mostly going to be seeing. So then the bullish candle is going to start again. You have what? Bullish candle. You have bullish candle. So when you see another what? When you see another bearish candle, so this is what? An uptrend. So usually this is how the market is being formed. Okay, so when you see something like this, it means what? The market is trending up. When it happens like this, the market is trending what? This is an uptrend. You get it? This is an uptrend. When it happens like this means what? The market is what? An uptrend. So you have to take note of that. This is means what? The market is currently an uptrend. Okay, so the uptrend can also be what? One or two or what? More candles. Okay, so this is an uptrend. So you don't need any indicator for it to tell you the market is currently trending up. If you understand this thing, Okay, so if it is pulling back, it's going to pull back over here. The next candle is going to start from here, opening, close. So I said with the bullish candle, the opening, with the bullish candle, this is the opening. This is the opening. The opening is what's below the close. Sorry, the opening is below the close. So this is open, and this is what, this is close. This is what a bullish trend. Okay, this is a bullish trend. With the bullish candle, the opening. Sorry, here is going to be the opening. I've interchanged it. This way it's open. So this is the close. So this is for what? A bullish candle. Okay, this is for a bullish candle. So with a bearish candle, this is the close, this is the opening. This is the opening. And this is what? This is the opening. And this is what? The close. This is the close. Okay. This is the opening, this is the close, this is the opening, this is the close. So this is for what? An uptrend. You get it? This is for an uptrend. So you are going to be seeing another what? If it is pulling back, the pullback is what? When the market is trending up, when you are seeing continuation of bullish candles, and you see one or two bearish candles. The bearish candles that you are seeing inside is what? The correction. So you can see what? Pullback, a bearish candle. A bearish candle, and what's a continuation of a bullish candle. So this is what? This means the market is trending up. The market is currently trending up. So this is what you are going to be seeing when the market. So as I've been saying, the color of the candle doesn't matter. Okay, the color of the candle doesn't matter. It's all about you understanding where the market close and where the candle open and where the candle close. That's the only thing. That's the most important thing that you need to understand about this market. So the candle, so I can decide to make all the colors the same color, but what is going to help me to differentiate among the colors is what? The opening and the close of the candle. So currently, this is where this candle close. So assuming or suppose maybe I've done everything green, the only thing that is going to help me differentiate among the bullish and the bearish candle, the only thing that is going to help me differentiate among the candles is what? The opening and the close. So with this candle, currently with this candle, the only thing that is going to help you to know where the type of candle this is what? This is where the candle open. Okay, this is the opening of the candle. This is the opening. So the opening is the body of the candle, not what? The wick of the candle. Okay, so we have wick, what? Bottom wick. So you need to understand where the candle open. So this is the opening of the candle. So as this candle is ongoing, by all means it is going to close top. Okay, unless this candle flip. If it flips and a downtrend, but currently since this candle is up and it closes, this is the close and this is the opening. This is the opening. So when the candle close above this one, that means what? It is a bullish candle. But if this one since it hasn't closed, I'm not going to conclude this is what a bearish candle. That's why it's always important for you to what, wait for candles to close. So if the candle close, then you what, you conclude, you'll be able to conclude. But since this candle is ongoing, it's currently what, it's currently an uptrend. Okay, so unless it flips, so if it flips, that means the close. So I said the bullish candle, sorry, this place is supposed to be opening. This is what the close, you get it. So I said with the bullish candle, the opening is above the close. So if this candle flips, that means what, the opening is going to above, the opening is going to be above the close. So when something of that sort happens, that means what, the candle has turned to what, a bearish candle. So as I said, the body of the candle is not a problem. The only problem is what, you being able to identify the opening and the close of the candles. Okay, you being able to identify the close and what, the opening of the candles. Those are the most important thing. You get it? Those are the most important things. So if you understand the close and the opening, you'll be able to make decisions very well. Okay, you'll be able to make the decision very well. So that's why always it's important to what, to, if you are placing your stop loss, it's important for you to use the wick of the what, the high time frames and what, the high time frame wick, top wick and the what, the bottom wicks. That's when we usually use it for what, our stop loss position. Oh, okay. So it's kind of a boring game. You need to wait. So it's always important for you to wait and do the right thing, other than what, mistakenly what, risking an amount of money and you lose. Okay, so a missed trade is better than what, a losing trade. So we are still currently waiting for the candle to decide. We are still waiting for the candle to decide. So that's what we are waiting. So this one, for instance, so about the wicks that I told you about. So you see now, currently this candle broke the previous candle tip, and now it has broken the previous candle tip. So now it is indecisive. So the chances that price will going to what, move above this one is what. So now the only thing that we are going to conclude that the market, that the price is going to move to this side is what, when the candle has what, closed. Because if you are using, mostly I use the candle, I use the wicks to also determine. But since the candle has closed above this side, please help me, mentor. The way you easily identify support and resistances in the market, I never get it. Please help me. Okay. So when price gets to this side, when that price has broken above this one, it can easily what, get to this side. You get it? It can easily get to this side. So with the support and resistances that you are talking about, so it's very simple. As in, if you are using the example that I was giving just now, you get it. So with the support and resistance, this is how it moves. So if the market is trending up, we are going to have continuation of what, bullish candles, and sometimes interruption of what, a bearish candle. So this is a bullish candle. Okay, so I said support and resistance are what? An equilibrium point. They are okay. Point areas where buyers and sellers meet. So if we are seeing something like this, if we are seeing something like this, if we are seeing something like this, so if you want to identify the support, this opening close, this is where the support is going to be. So maybe if you see a bearish candle, so the bearish candle, I use red to represent the bearish candle, but as I've said, the colors doesn't matter. The most important thing is what? The body of the candle, the close and the opening of the candle. Okay, so if you want to identify a resistance, you get it. If you identify a resistance where buyers and sellers meet, so this is where you are going to see, this is where you are going to get to know what this is a resistance. You get it. This is a resistance. This is a resistance. If its price is below, if the candles are below the level, it is what? A resistance. This is a resistance. So maybe you see another bearish candle. This is a resistance. Okay, this is a resistance. So if you want to see the support, if you see another bullish candle, if you see another bullish candle, this become the support. Okay, this become the support. This become the support. This become what? The resistance. Okay, so if it retrace, if you see another bearish candle, if you see another bearish candle, so now this point has become what? A resistance. Now this one has become a resistance. This one has become a resistance. You get it? And it continues. But the easiest way for you to draw the support and resistance is what? You change it to what? A line chart. Okay, if you change it to a line chart, it's going to help you to what? Identify the point areas, the key levels. Okay, so we had a key level over here. We had a key level. So you plot out by what point as in indicating those key levels. So you resistances. But for you, sometimes it's going to be very complex. As in, you need to also combine market structure. Okay, so if the market is trending up, if it is trending up like this, okay, if it is trend, this is an uptrend. So if you want to get a support and resistance, if it break retest, this point is going to be what? This point is going to be what? A resistance. If it breaks out, this point is going to be what? If the candle break above this one, this point tends to what? It was previously a resistance. By the moment it breaks this one, now this point is going to retest on this one. It is going to retest on this one. If it pulls back, it's either going to retest on this one or it's going to retest on this one. one or retest on this one. So if it pulls back, continue. You get it. Retest on this one. So the moment this one will break, okay, the moment this one will break, if it is breaking, if it breaks this one, okay. So if it is going to retest on this one, so this point is going to be your resistance. You get it? It's going to be your resistance. And when it breaks or retest, or maybe it's pull back on this one. So this is the concept I normally use to what plot out the support and resistance, but it mostly comes out from experience. You get it? It mostly comes out from experience. But this is the concept I mostly use to what plot out the support and resistance. So you have to use the body of the candles, not the wick of the candle. That's when you are going to get the accurate support and resistance. Have I answered your question?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, boss.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
I wanted to know the differences between the support, like demand, demand and supply zone, and that of the support and resistance.
I
Are they
usually
the same?
they I will say they are the same thing. They are all levels. Okay, they are all level. But mostly people will say the demand areas are when maybe we're having two or more support levels, and support is only when we have only one key level. So mostly people say the demand is when maybe we're having two or more, like maybe something like this, but it doesn't add anything to your profitability number. You knowing that these key levels, this is a demand, and some people too will use it. The most important thing is for you to understand how to draw them. That the only thing for you is for you to know how to indicate them. You understanding this is what, or you getting to know the name of whether this is a support or whether this is a resistance. It doesn't add anything to your profitability. Profitability is only when you are going to, the only thing that is going to add something to your profitability is what, you understanding how to plot them. That's the most important thing. So I can be plotting this thing and I don't know how to to name it. It's normal. It's normal. It doesn't add anything
Thank you.
to, yeah, it doesn't add anything to profitability.
I just wanted to know whether they are the same or
Okay.
okay.
So it's more important
Thank you.
to know them. So you need to understand how to draw them as I indicated. But it all comes with experience. The more you practice, because even if as I've showed it to you, if you don't practice, you still get confused when it comes to the real market. Okay, when it comes to the real market. So this is how it moves. This one, for instance, as it is moving, if it moves up, it is retrace on this one. You get it? Retrace on this one. If it is moving, it's going to what, retrace on what the previous area. What I said, identifying support and resistance is what, where buyers and sellers what meet. So this is where we had what, bullish candle, bearish candle. So this is the point they met. So if you are drawing your, it's going to retrace retest or pull back on this one. Okay, trend continuation, pull back. Okay, pull back on this one, came back. You get it, came back. What are you seeing? expecting a pullback. So it is level that it is going to correct to. So that's why it's always important, because you don't know exactly where it is going to correct to. Okay, you don't know exactly. So that's why mostly people use demand and supply. That's why mostly people use what, Fibonacci levels. Okay, so with the Fibonacci levels, this is how it works. So if the price is retracing, it's having a room to what, retrace out and the low. So they are all support and resistances. But mostly this Fibonacci levels, the ones that is going to be respected is what, when you're having a support and resistance level. So something like, where is it? Fibonacci. So since I don't use it, so to retrace from this a zero. So these levels that I've plotted are all support and resistance. So the reason why some of the things that we usually hear them in the forex industry is not important is what, like something like the support are the same thing as resistance, but usually people use them to get in the trade aggressively. You get it? They want to get into the trade aggressively. So if the market is pulling back, it has room to improve, retrace on this level, retrace on this level, retrace on. That's why you are seeing 100% one. Okay, so we have 0.26 Fibonacci. There are various supports and resistance levels. So it's not important to be using those levels, to be using those tools. I would say it's also an additional confluence. And when you talk about a confluence, what, there are also indicators that we normally use to what, to get an entry. But if you understand support and resistances, I think there's no need for you to be using Fibonacci, because if the market is retracing, it is going to retrace to what? If it is an uptrend, it has broken, it's going to retrace to what? It's going to move to it. So this, if you have been hearing about this psychological levels and those things, psychological levels are the same thing as support and resistances. You get it? They are the same thing as support and resistance. Yesterday I flipped an account, but because of greediness, I blew the account. Why you flipped an account and you blew it? What happened? You blew the account. What will happen for you to blow the account? So flipping, when it comes to flipping, that means you are willing to lose the account. You get it? You are willing to lose the account. So it's okay. It's normal for you to lose the account, because imagine maybe your account is $100 and you are flipping it. You are flipping it to what? Flipping it times two or what? So as you are flipping it, you are rexing more. That's why you use more leverage, okay, for you to be able to use bigger lots. So if you are using more leverage, the same thing as the trade that you took that is going in your favor, the same thing that it can be a loss too. So it's normal. It's normal you blew the account. It's normal you blew the account. But if you are using risk management, if you are with flipping, there's no risk management involved. You get it? With flipping, there's no risk management involved. So maybe if the account is 100, you are willing to what lose the $100, because any trade that you place or any trade that you enter, you have to. The reason why we use stop loss is what, in case maybe the market not moving according to the way we plan, or what the way we decided to what enter the market. In case maybe price is doing something else, we are willing to what lose that amount of money. You get it? But you decided to what risk the whole amount of money. So it's okay. It's okay. You lost that trade. You lost that amount of money. So yesterday, let me show you something. Someone was asking of, you see the Euro USD trade that the person asked. So you see price got to what? So this is what most people do. If price gets to a support level, they will buy. If price gets to a resistance, they are going to sell. You see, price broke through the resistance. This is the thing that I've been seeing most often. You get it? These are the things that I've been seeing. If price gets to a resistance, the trend is what? The downtrend. You don't have to what? You have to allow the trend to shift. Okay. This is the point. If as price has broken and close above this one, this is the point what the trend is going to shift at this point position. But at this point, if price is what still what a downtrend, that means you are what, you are trading correction. If you are taking a buy, that means what, you are trying to trade. You are trying to trade what, do a counter trend entry, or trying to trade a correction, which is not advisable. Okay, which is not advisable. So you have to always understand the trend of the market. Okay, you need to understand the trend of the market. If you understand the trend of the market, because this is what a bearish trend. The market is trending down. So why do you want to be taking a buy whilst all the candles are what showing you what red candle? They are all giving you red candles and you are buying. So these are the some of the petty mistakes most people are doing, and they will just wake up crying they are not seeing profits and other stuff. So you need to always make sure the trend has shifted in your favor, especially on the higher time frame. It has shifted in your favor before what you before you decide on what to do. You get it? Before you decide. So this one, for instance, as the candle has broken above this one, I know, or I strongly believe what the daily time frame. So it's still, you are currently having what support over here. If not the support, we are currently having a support. If you move to H1 time frame, so this is the entry this is the point that you can even enter. But at this point, you are what on a support level, so it's not advisable to be taking an entry. So it's very simple, but the patience part is what makes most people unprofitable in the market. Trading is very simple, but waiting for the right thing to happen in the market is what makes most people not what making money in the industry. So if the H4 candle decides to close like this, okay, the next, what you are going to do is what? Since the H4 is not going to give us an entry, we need to move to the lower time frames and what make sure, okay, but I'm not sure it will happen, because unless maybe the 9 o'clock candle close. So if this candle close like this, okay, if this candle break below this one, this is where you can be getting an entry. We can be getting an entry. Wow, it would have been it would be nice entry, but we have more time for it to for the H4 candle to close. We have more time. So if the H4 candle close below this one, below this one, we'll be taking an entry at the H1 time frame at the flip of this candle. Okay, but I'm not sure you will get it, because you have like more than 1 hour for the H4 candle to close. Mm, we have like 1 hour. Like, let me check the 30 minutes. Like, so I think the entry will be on what? The entry will be on the 1 hour. Should. Let me check the H4. Mm, the H1 is kind of giving an entry. So let me check the take profit. The target is going to be taken place. But one thing is what the H4 has broken the previous candle depending. So it would have been better if it's going to be closed in. So as the ADP, as we analyze the ADP, they are expecting dollar, they're expecting strength in the dollar. Okay, they're expecting strength in the dollar. So let's wait for the next 6 minutes for this candle to close. That's going to be around 8 o'clock, which is going to bring volume. It is going to bring volume. So let's wait. Let's wait for the let's wait for the candle to close in the next 5 minutes. It's going to close. Maybe it will be a scalp entry. Okay, it's going to be a scalp because the 15 minutes. I pray I understand. You don't have to pray to understand. You need to learn. You don't pray to understand. You need to learn. If you are not practicing and you pray, there's no way you are going to see results. Prayer is there, but you need to also what to learn. You don't pray to understand. You need to learn. Practice. That's what's going to make you understand. So I'm waiting for so in the next 5 minutes, this candle is going to close because it's going to if it's closed bearish, that means giving you what this candle is for what bias this bias exhaustion candle. Buyers were in control of the market. They were pushing price up. They were pushing price up. Get it? They were pushing price up, and later sellers came in and what? Look, sellers are trying to. Let's wait for the closure. So you see the 15-minute tool is giving us a market structure. The moment this one closes, it turns towards a downtrend. So those who are confused, you need to practice. Okay, it didn't take me a day for me to understand it, so that's what you have to bear in mind. Oh. We can get an entry if the H1 candle. So if the H1 candle flip bearish, okay, if the H1 candle flips bearish, so in the next 3 minutes, let me check the US. The US just taking. Who is crying in the chat box? How to even locate the entry point to a major problem? I don't understand anything. Yeah, you don't have to. You have to. It takes time. You get it. It takes time. It doesn't come like just a day. So how many hours do you put in within a day? Within a day, how many times do you analyze? Is it after the stream you don't do anything or you analyze? So if this kind of close bearish, you see, if it's close bearish, when it comes to the H4 time frame, it's going to what close below the zone. So I'm expecting if I see a bearish closure, I will take a sell. If it's close bearish below this zone, it's either going to wait for the H4 candle to close. So if the H4 candle close, it's going to give us a support area. So let's wait. Let's next 1 minute. If it's close below, I will take a sell. If it's close below, it needs to break below this zone. Okay, it needs to break below this point. So it's all about you have to. One thing is what if you want to understand this thing. I always say you need to show up every day. Showing up every day is going to help you, and what practicing too is going to help you. So there, you have to ask yourself anytime that you come to the stream. That's why I even decided because one thing I understood is what the best way to understand this game is what when someone is standing before you every day. So just tell yourself you don't want to understand it within a day. You get it? You don't want to understand it within a day. It's going to take you some time. So anytime that you come to the stream, you need to ask yourself, what did you learn? Or maybe today I heard this young guy was saying, maybe if the candle break, if the wick and the tip, you write it down. You just take notes. So anytime that you are analyzing or doing something yourself, you implement it when you are doing it. You get it. You implement. That's how you steady. Don't rush the game. This is a new field. If you have not done it before, this is a new field that you've ventured. Okay, this is a new field, so you don't have to understand everything. Me, for instance, I'm not a doctor, so anytime if they give me uh, what those tools for me to do a surgery, I'm not going to understand. But a doctor, someone who has been trained, is going to understand it very perfectly. He's going to do it right. So the candle refused to close below where I was expecting. So I think you need to wait for what now you are going to wait for the H4 candle to close. So what I'm saying, that's what you need to know. You are not going to get it within a day. So anytime that you come to the stream, you need to take notes. Take notes. Give yourself some 6 months, 5 months, okay, and practice more. You need to practice more. For me, I love analyzing. Even if I'm not taking a trade, I love analyzing. Those times, even when I'm in car, I will analyze. I'm analyze, checking out whether what I did has played out. That's what usually I was doing. I love and you need to fall in love with how the game works before you understand. It's very if you come to understand. So most of the things that I'm using now, okay, most you can be checking out more people. There's no one doing the way the thing that I'm doing. So that's how trading works. If you understand the concept, you you implement it as in how it's going to work for you to understand. Okay, you refine it in a way that you understand. So the way I'm trading now, even though the concept might be similar to some people, but what normally I see, what makes me take a trade is going to be different from other people. Okay, so that's how the market works. So most of the things that I'm doing is based on what my experience level. Okay, based on my experience level. So if you guys can hear me currently, those times I used to use only H4, but currently I implemented the daily. I said I wanted what a stronger confirmation, so I decided to use when the daily and H4 and H1 are in the same direction. You get it? So that's how we grow in trading. Because as you are saying, the support and resistances I can show you now. But if you don't practice, there's no way you are going to understand. So the concept is using market structure. I've said it today. Market structure. So you need to practice how market structure works, implement it in the chat, and you're going to understand. That's how you learn. Because this is a skill set that you can make money in the quickest or just a few minutes to make money. So it's very important you learn it. So now we are going to wait for the H4 to close. It's going to be best if you wait for the H4 to close. So if the H4 close below this one, then maybe it's going to be a flip, and we see a flip of the candle, but it should be a small, it shouldn't be what massive. It should close below. If it close below, I'm going to take a quick sell. Okay, I'm going to take a sell, but I'm hoping it will happen because we are having volume in the market. So I'm hoping it can happen. You get it? I'm hoping it can happen because we have like more time for it to close. I'm still monitoring. The whole of this week, I've not gotten any proper trade. So I'm waiting for the H4 candle to.
Mentor, make one this October, mentor.
I mean September, you are the one who cash out. So Charlie, I'm also worried this October.
Hmm.
But we need to get a trade. I want to risk like when I get a nice trade, the way I will risk. The way I will risk. Have you gotten any opportunity yet?
No, mentor.
Okay. I think the trade that we missed was this one on Monday. That was the nice trade that I think things wasn't clear like that. So that was a nice trade. I should have even because this one created a support. Yesterday, did you see the US GBP CHF trade? Or you weren't
No,
watching? Oh,
no,
you.
I went to
Okay. I mean, you even plan of
yes,
taking it. I think the saw that you even plan of taking. The saw that you
okay.
this it's played out perfectly well, but because I wasn't, and then there was approach. So,
Okay.
but because I've been taking a trade on GBP USD, I decided to not involve myself. Like I don't know how it usually moves. Yeah. So now I've added it to the pair. I'll be watching it. I think like the GBP pairs is they are good pairs.
They are really good pairs, yeah, it's true.
It's they are profit. Last time I took a trade on GBP JPY and the peak value in Charlie small time, then you are in big profit. GBP.
Last night, that's Monday. Is it exchange session?
Yeah.
I took some buy. It was crazy.
Fred Jojo.
The Bitcoin is very
Fred
good.
Quick one. Let me see now. Let's see. So if you have sent something, everyone will be seeing it in the chat box. So Patrick MC, if I'm not seeing anything that you sent, so if you have sent something, everyone will be seeing it. So just drop it in the chat. Just the link. I'm not seeing Just drop the link in the chat box. No one is seeing it. So if this one, but I'm not sure by 9 o'clock you will be able to. If this one is going to close like this, then I think you will be taking an entry on what the H1 with the 9 o'clock candle. So that's what I'm hoping. But we have more time, and I think we are going to miss it. What do you think? On the H4 candle, you see, if it's close below this one, the entry is going to be on H1. You get it? So I want the H1 to close before. I want the H1 to close before. Oh, I want the H1 to close, even though the H1 is an uptrend. But I think the entry is going to be what the 50 minutes. But you have to wait for the H4 to close because now it has broken the tape. So there was no perfect confirmation like that. I think you have to wait for. This is going to be a long time, but you will still be observing it. After the stream, I analyze, but the problem is I don't know where to start because I don't understand the concept. Why? So, Jacob Opara, for how long have you traded? For like, when were you introduced to trading? For how long have you been in this game? For how long have you been in this game? I think the boot camp is going to help. I have to introduce this thing because people are still confused. Brainy, what do you think?
Just boss.
What do you think about that?
But they are not coming up in their numbers for the payment. You know, you've organized it and people registered, all right. But someone, you only 1% is, and still the money is still with me. So like they've registered, all right, but they are not like they coming in their numbers to do the payment.
Because the way people usually go through the course, everything, and yes, the understanding. So how did you? So you have to share your experience. How did you understand it? What did you do? Maybe someone will learn from.
But the consistency. I was always on your YouTube channel watching videos. I can watch a video more than 5 times on that same video.
You get it. That's what most people are not doing. You know, you send them something within a short. You come the following day. I'm done. What's next?
I was on the video. I was on the video. I can watch, go back. If I like get distracted over again.
Exactly.
So I was on it, and I was like, my brain started to like to open up to the thing, So I realized, I've gotten it.
Yeah, so it's all about. So one thing I was even saying is what after the stream, people. So even this morning, I even shared an information about even how candles open and close, the support and resistance. So you need to go back to the stream again. You get it. That's the best way to do. You go back to the stream again, watch it. So sometimes I'll be saying something that maybe you've not heard before. You just add it to what you know. You implement it. You practice. Because if you tell me you don't know where to start, just see when I start the stream, how did I start? So you just maybe if I start that you just do the same thing. How I start from the fundamental. I check the economic calendar. So you start from there. You check the economic calendar. I start from the monthly time frame, draw the support and resistances. So you also start from the monthly time frame, support and resistances. So like when you do that, I think I bet you if you show up and continue doing that, you get it within a few days.
Maybe the person be having it in mind, like, oh, let me get it quick. That's the problem. Getting it quick, yeah.
It's something that took me 6 years. You want to get it within
get the money.
You get it within a day. It doesn't work that way. So you will get it with time. You get it.
Yeah, we get it because I was frustrated about it when I wasn't getting it.
Mm.
Yeah.
We are still. I also still learn. I still go through some things. So you just have to show up. That's the only thing, Jacob. You need to show up every day. That's it. If you show up every day, just tell yourself. Don't give yourself time limit on when to get it. Okay, don't give yourself time limit because it's very simple. It's very simple. You just have to understand the basic concept. It's very very simple. So I think I need to make a plan for that. I've been planning about this thing. I'll make a plan about, maybe I'll make a plan about it for the people. I have to make it fast. So today after the stream, I'll plan about the boot camp, schedule how I'll be doing it, then start doing flyers about it and go by there. So no trade. mm, No trade yet. So I'm hoping maybe the H4 candle is going to close as I'm expecting. If the H4 candle close below the zone, then I'll be taking a sell. But for the meantime, upcoming ADP. So how many people are going to trade the news? Going to gamble on the news? Gambling. He said buy stops.
Area.
He said buy stop and sell stop. So this week, have you taken any trades so far, or not yet?
Yeah. That's on Monday. I took JPY
At the Asian
on
session.
Monday. Yeah, it's an extension. Yeah.
So you got some money there. You got some pips.
But I've got enough pips as compared to. The big one is very big.
Yeah, like last time, I took a trade on it, and like for small time, the kind of money that I was seeing, I said, hey,
There is enough money.
the same thing as if you are losing to is going to happen. Asian session. Okay, around the side then.
Around 12
So,
to 1.
So that means it was this move. It could be maybe around this move.
Yeah, that move to the take profit. There was a resistance on the daily time frame, and it hit exactly on it.
Okay. Daily time frame. Yeah, I've even forgotten that. You see how the weekly is forming. You see how the weekly is forming. It's really looking good for a stop loss. Is going to be an issue.
Stop loss.
Where to place your stop loss is going, because you see this zone is very strong. We're having support, resistance. At the weekly time frame, imagine at the weekly time frame, resistance.
Very strong point.
Yeah, flip. Have you gotten this thing, the dynamic rigs that I was talking about?
I didn't get it clear, but I've been watching some, like when we're watching some videos about it. Or can you please come around, like explain it today?
Yeah, so the GBP USD, for instance, this is the GBP USD, for instance. So this was the place I decided I wanted to I wanted this one to close, maybe small body, then what I'll take a sell. But the moment this one closed, I saw or I realized we are still having room for the candle to
Some
close,
blockage.
okay, for the candle to fill.
Yeah.
You see, as it go to this side, even though price was very high, but I still have strong belief that what price is going to get to this side. You get it? I still have strong belief that price is going to get to this side. But taking an entry at this point where price has closed is going to be very high. So you will be reserved, you are not going to take the entry. You are going to wait. If price pull back at the lower time frame, okay. If price pull back, maybe this is the point or this is the level you intended to what take a sell. So if you move to the lower time frame, we had the pullback. So the moment you see the wick coming down, you start adding positions. Okay, adding positions. So it will get to the price you intended to what, take a sell. So that means you are reducing the stop loss range.
Okay.
Have you gotten it? You are reducing the stop loss range
Yes.
because if you enter over here, its price is going to be low. Price is going to really going to be low. So if you wait for the pullback for price to get to this side before you take a sell, then what? You are going to get it at what? A very, if you are selling, that means you are going to get it at
We
a
are going to
very
get a good price.
a very high price. You get it, a very good price. Yes. So that's why I was testing it to see, and I've noticed it works. So if you miss a trade and price hasn't gotten to the take profit, but you have to always make sure what the distance is very it's kind of wide. You see by this one, for instance, as price closed below here, we still have enough range. You get it? We still have enough range for price to get it. That's when you are sure you know your take profit. You are going to apply that policy when you know your take profit. Okay, if you know your take profit. So those trades that those lines I used to be saying price is high and those styles. I think if this format or this idea was there, you would have even be taking it. So that's how usually the dynamic. So it is pulling back. If it is pulling back, then you add positions. You add positions because even if it is pulling back against you, if you entered over here, so you are going to be in drawdown because the assumption is price hasn't gotten to the take profit yet. So if I enter, that means what? Even if I entered, I would have still been in drawdown. So why don't I enter and still being in drawdown? You get it.
Yeah, now.
So you have to always make sure
Yes.
the point you expected or you wanted to enter, you have to wait for price to get to that level before you start adding position. So this is what I wanted to share on
Okay.
the link, but it's not going, so I wrote everything out. Can we check it? I don't know why you can't share the link. Do you know how I said when you come to the camera sign, you see on trading view, you get it on trading view, you copy the link and you just paste the link in the chat box. I don't know why it's not coming. I'm very surprised it's not coming. I'm really surprised. Stop loss was 80. I have to see your analysis. Okay, I have to see your analysis. And those who come to the stream, those who are confused, you need to ask questions. Some people are very silent. If you are skeptical about something, if you are confused on something, you need to ask questions. You people make the live stream very boring. You make it one man show. That means you don't practice. Because if you practice a day before the live stream, I think if you're a beginner, you will get something that is what you are not getting it. You ask questions during those time. You ask by the moment you don't ask questions, that means you are not doing shit. You are not practicing. That's why you are not getting it. I decided to do the stream for people who can afford a course so that you practice. If you get the money, then what? It will not be very difficult if you join the what? If you join the course. But people don't learn. The moment you finish the stream, that's all. This thing takes a long time because this thing you can print money within a few seconds. Within a few minutes, you are making money. So it needs to be very difficult. But it's not difficult. You just understand the concept. but it's going to take you time, so it's normal. So if the H4 candle is going to close like this, then you need to see what. So the market structure is now. I think everything is going to be those consolidations and everything is going to break out at the ADP news, at the news event. So maybe around 12:15, everything is going to be clear. So you are seeing more of consolidation. That's what mostly it happens. Every while this week, I have to get at least the market should give me one opportunity and I'll be okay. Okay, you send me the link and let me send me the link in my WhatsApp. Send me the link. So we still have more time. So if if price, I'm looking for a way that, so if currently, so if the H4 decide to close below here at 12:15, so after 12:15 you don't have any high impact in. So if it's closed below here, then when you move to the H4 time frame, you need to see a structure. Okay, you need to see a structure. Then what? A structure pointing it what? So this is what you sent. I've even sent it in the stream and it has come. So what happened that you are not, your own is not coming? Hmm? What happened? So how am I even going to? It's, let me show it. How am I even going to? So let me open YouTube here and see whether I'll be able to see it. Okay, but I have to first of all move to my YouTube listing. So my channel. Okay. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, so this is the chart that you sent. Okay, I hope I'm right. Oh, so please, if you send a chat, you need to write some. You need to give it some inscription. You need to write something on it. So I'm not seeing anything, Patrick. Mark Patrick. So you're expecting a buy on GBP USD with time frame, H1 time frame. So why are you expecting a buy? You didn't say anything. Why you are expecting a buy? You didn't say anything. Why were you expecting a buy? Is it because price has gotten to? So next time you need to indicate why you are expecting a buy. Okay, you need to indicate why you're expecting a buy. So maybe these are the things that you're expecting it to happen before you take a buy. Maybe price has gotten to this support level, and according to the structure, like you need to say something like that. But if you just draw it like this, just a buy. Why? So how can I copy your trace? If I want to copy you, how can I copy your trace? So you need to state the reason why you want to buy. You need to indicate why you want to buy, because for me, according to me, I don't see this just a correction. Even though it can come to this side, I'm expecting it to come to this side. But I want to be seeing if it comes to this side, then I'll need to write why. You need to indicate it on the chart why you are expecting what a buy. Okay, you need to be indicating it why you are expecting a buy. So I want the H4 candle to. Yeah, so so this is what you have to be doing. So those who are practicing, you need to be sending something like this. Then I will review it, show you my view on whether you are correct or not. So that's what you have to be doing. So Patrick, you done well. So on GBP, JPY, so the where price has gotten to, I like it. So what I want to see is what a change in character, because currently the currently the H1 time frame is what an uptrend, kind of uptrend. It's kind of what an uptrend. So I want a flip in structure. I want to see like the market changing character. I want to see a change in character. Okay, I want to see a change in character before I take a sell. Before I take a sell. But currently I'm reserved. I'm reserved for now. You get it? I'm reserved for now. Yeah. So if the H4 candle close around this zone, okay. If it's close around this zone, I'm going to wait for the H1 candle to what change character to an uptrend, sorry, a downtrend, then I will take a sell. Okay, so the change of character is going to be around the side. If this candle breaks the body of this one, so if it happens to be like this, if it does something like this, breakout, so it's either going to what I'm either going to take the breakout entry or what the pullback, then I'll take a sell. So these are the things that I'm expecting it to happen today. You get it? So those are the things I'm expecting on what GBP JPY for today. But currently nothing better. So GBP USD, I'm expecting it to what move to this side, then search for a sell opportunity around this side. Okay, I want to be searching for. I would like to. It's kind of the market structure is kind of tough. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. So I think so. We have to wait for the H4 candle. So in the next 28 minutes, the H4 candle is going to close. So we need to wait. So we need to wait for the H4 candle to close above this side. If it's close above this side, sorry, if it's close around this side, okay. If it's close around this side, we are going to be looking for what a sell opportunity. That's what we are going to be waiting or looking for. So you see, you have more room for the price to But there was an upcoming news, so I don't know whether it's going to happen before or after the news. But sure, today I'm monitoring the market 247. I'm monitoring it like monitoring it boot for boot.
You know, busy.
Yeah. So last week we had a trade, one trade. This week no trade so far. The only trade I took was it wasn't even a proper trade. So maybe if this one close below this one, you wait for what a shift in structure to a up downtrend, then you take a sell. Oh, like this one, I was thinking like price is really going to close fine. Oh. I was like, I was thinking the price is really going to close very well. Then we take the sell. But all of a sudden, I saw Charlie boom, boom, boom. I said, this pair is very foolish. Even if you entered, you wouldn't have even gotten to the take profits. The way price is moving now, I don't know whether you would have been stopped out or you been break even. But if I entered over here, let's see. Maybe we still have 2 days, so magic can happen even on Friday. Friday is an NFP. Even magic can happen. Yeah, so I'm still monitoring. You will still magic can happen. You still can get opportunity during that time. So I'm waiting for the H4. So in the next 26 minutes, if the H4 cannot close the weekly zone, the weekly is giving us a clear indication of what, because the weekly tip has been broken. So the chances of price coming down is very high. Okay, the chances that price is coming down is very high because this one has been broken. So I just have to look for a sell opportunity. When it comes to the daily is what, this kind of downtrend. So we still have this small wick for the daily to fill. We still have this small wick. You get it? This small wick for the daily candle to fill. So when you count to H4, it's making it go back. Okay, the H4 trend, the trend is what? A downtrend. If you guys don't know, the trend is a downtrend.
Yes, it's true.
This is what, this is a pullback. It's made some consolidation there. You have to remember that that's what the low wasn't, so it just retested. And this week I have one trade for me to pass an account. I want to pass the account first and see whether I will be able to buy another one. So I just need one trade. One, that's why I'm even reserved. I just want a high quality trade, like maybe 1 to 2 risks to reward. Then, because currently I'm around 2% on the account, so I just need only, it's left with like 3%. Then I've passed the account. So I just need only one trade, one high quality. So with the funding account, not every trade. If I'm taking like an aggressive trade, so this money trade, for instance, I didn't take it on those accounts. I take it on my personal account. When it is high quality trade, that's when I take it on my funding account. So those accounts, I don't lose like just like that on those accounts. I take high quality. I know this setup meets all the things that I know. But if I'm having some doubts and I still have some confidence that the trade will move in my favor, that's when I move it on my personal account. But with the funding, I trade high quality trades. So I just want one high quality trade. If it will happen within this week,
The funding, do they have number of times that if you lose,
yeah, we have.
you be out of the challenge, or
Yeah,
there is no?
you have percentage parameter. So if
Okay.
your first phase, you shouldn't be in drawdown like 10%, and daily drawdown shouldn't also be 5%. And the second phase, you just need only 5% to pass it.
Draw down like 10%.
Yeah, you shouldn't be in drawdown 10% on account.
Yeah.
On that,
Okay.
yeah, 10% on that. It shouldn't be in drawdown 10%.
Okay.
Yeah. But when it comes to the number of times, you can use it the whole year to pass it. That one, no one cares. There's no time limit
Okay,
on it.
okay,
So
okay.
those times when it started,
Okay.
there was a time limit like 30 days. But now there's no time limit on when to pass it.
Okay.
So you can use that to what develop like as in grow your portfolio. If you are not,
Okay.
so that's why I'm saying sometimes trading capital is not an issue. The issue is you. If you know how to trade, capital is not a problem.
The issue is the knowledge. We get
Then
the knowledge.
yeah,
The money be secondary and far.
only the secondary because I know people who
Simple.
have used the funding to build like 1 million. They are getting payout like 30,000 and things. So it's all about yeah. It's all about. So me, for instance, if I start again and I'm trading, like I really understand. I really understand my strategy. So those trades that I used to miss, I wasn't confident. I'll be taking it this time. So it's all about understanding and what. It's all about knowledge. So it's all about time. It's all about you will surely get there. You will surely get there.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, it's all about if you the only thing that you are going to fail is when you have given up. But if you have not given up, you are not a failure.
Yeah.
You are not a failure. This thing can change your life if you don't know.
It's serious.
So it's left with 20 minutes for this candle to the H4 candle to close. So I want the H4 candle to close. So let's wait for in the next 20. Let's see how it's going to close. So if it's close, there was no decision for us to make. So we are going to for it to close around this side. So the same on GBP JPY. I don't know why they are now today they are moving together. Expectation or the way they are explained because according to the data, the numbers is what 124 and the previous numbers is what 99, which is what the forecast number is way bigger than what the previous numbers. So the dollar needs to gain strength. This is job data, the jobs that were added to the economy. So more jobs were added. So if more jobs were added, what is going to happen to the economy, or what's going to happen to the currency? That means what the dollar is going to gain strength because now more jobs have been added to the economy. Okay, so there are many factors to be considered to use it for conclusion. So as more jobs have been added, we are expecting strength in what the dollar. So I'm hoping the pullback that you are seeing, this pullback is just we call it mostly the people call it liquidity. It's just taking out orders and what it will continue the downtrend. That's what I'm expecting. So it's just pulling back. Then 12:15, you'll be seeing the sell. If suppose it happens that what the data is correct, if it's happening because sometimes the data will come out and what the actual numbers that will come will be different from what they are projecting over here. So it's all about let's see whether it's going to be true. Let's see whether it's going to be true. So far the only pair that I'm seeing opportunity is GBP JPY. So if GBP JPY close around this side, then I'll be searching for a sell opportunity. But I want to wait for the H4 candle to close. So in the next few minutes, it's going to close. So if the H4 close above this one, the chances that if the H4 candle closes above this one, so we still have a zone over here. Getting a trade has been very difficult for me these days. This week. I remember last week it was Monday sharp. We get the trade. We got a trade, and I was relaxed. Monday sharp. got the trade. And this week to Monday there was an opportunity, but
The opportunity by United.
yeah, that's all. That buy. So this buy. It was a nice, but this candle. Oh, this candle. Why? This candle. This candle made. But like we could have even been taking it because this candle created a support. It created a support.
Support.
So
Yeah.
you
So
get it.
definitely.
Yeah. So and even gave us a pullback. There was a pullback before it even bounced back. You see the 6 o'clock pullback. So you could have even taken it when it flipped. You get it. You could have forex it when
Yeah.
it flipped. So the 15 minutes, the trade was perfect on the 15 minutes. The entry,
Then yeah.
the entry was perfect here. So this is the point you could have even taken. But all the same, we still learn next time. It will surely happen again because it's the same thing that happened on GBP last week too. And because of the week two, I avoided it. You remember this one?
Yeah.
This one to support. Because of this one, the each one gave us
Same thing.
the same thing. The same thing. The H1 also gave a clear pullback. The H1 gave a clear pullback. There was what? A breakout retest. He created what close with a bullish candle. So this is the point you could have entered at this side. When the bullish candle was formed, you could have entered around the side. But all the same, it will still happen again. Since the week has not ended, you are still hoping to get another opportunity. You are still hoping to get another opportunity. But I'm monitoring the GBP USD. I'm seeing maybe everything is going to be clear when the news was formed. So maybe if the 1 hour candle, if the H4 candle at 1 p.m. settle down, you might even be getting an opportunity. But even if it comes down, there's no seeing better zones around the side. Though. Even if it comes down, I'm not seeing a better. But I'm sure the you are going to have what the dollar is going to gain strength because of what? Because the numbers are way bigger. So I'm expecting the news event to give us something. So if anything, Brainy, you need to try and give us something this. You need to give us something this week. So if the H4 candle close around the side, then we need to wait for a shift in market structure. We need to wait for some market structure to be created. But if not, other than that, then you need to wait for what? The 12 o'clock candle to what? To form. Sorry, the news candle to what? To be released before we can take. So maybe you'll be if anything you update those in the group. If anything, you update you people. So next year you buy the funding account, or you are waiting for next.
Yes, boss. I will.
Okay. So maybe when I buy my next account, maybe I'll take some people along. You buy it together, then you will see.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah. So
Yeah.
let me finish with this one. When when I am buying another one, I'll take some people along.
Okay.
Then you'll be taking the same
Okay.
trade and other stuff.
All right. Okay.
So let's see. All right. So I think I'll call it a day. I'll call it a session because the day hasn't ended. We are still monitoring. We are still hunting.
Body.
Yeah. So I'll be watching the ADP news. So if anything, I'll update the group. You'll be communicating. All right.
All right, boss.
So thank you.
Okay.
See you.
All right.
So you tomorrow same time we'll meet. Okay. So unfortunately this week we are not getting a trade, but I'm sure the week hasn't ended yet. So you guys should still stay tuned. You should be available. You should come around. Okay. By all means you get a trade. I'm still working behind the scenes to get some trades for you. Okay. But we can't force things. We can't force things. If you force things and you lose, it's better you waited. Because in trading it's all about capital reservation or capital protection. Protect your capital for what? The right opportunity. So you just let's stay patient. Everyone is having a trading plan. That's how the thing. Everyone is having a trading system. So if someone is taking a trade and I've not taken a trade, I'm not going to beat myself because my kind of the type or how I trade is not the same as how the person trade. Okay, so it's always important for you to understand how you trade. That's very, very important. Understand how you trade, and you are not going to be what? You're not going to be angry with yourself if you are not getting a trade. Okay, so see you all same time tomorrow. Bye bye.